Hey, folks, welcome. You're listening to Real Laughs. I'm your host, Mike Hurley. I'm joined in studio tonight, as always, with Mr. Miguel Colon Jr. Miguel, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. You know what I did today? I made the mistake of ordering a large fry at Five Guys, and I forgot
Ooh.
all about that. It's the whole way. It's almost like they do it to make fun of you because
Yeah.
Mhm.
they filled the whole bag, literally the
Oh, yeah.
bottom of the bag, like 4 inches with French fries. Then
Mhm.
Mhm.
put the cup of my French fries on top of that, and then I got a hot dog. They put my hot dog next to that. And I was like, why did I did because I did it online and it was like
Mhm.
adding all my stuff and it was like large or regular fry. And I'm just thinking regular places. So I was like, a
Mhm.
large fry. And then
Mhm.
they laughing as they hand me all of Idaho's potatoes and the hot dog floating on top of them.
Ooh.
Nice, man. But the big question is, did you finish them?
I
Did you
had to.
finish
It'd
them?
be rude not to. Now I feel
Ew,
crappy.
yeah.
All right, folks. That
I'm
other
not a.
jolly voice you're hearing is none other than Mr. James John, who missed Monday and Tuesday recording with us because he was still hungover from working with Mr. Carlos Mencia this weekend. James, how you doing, man?
I'm feeling a little bit better, man.
Yeah?
Whew.
I've
Yeah.
heard stories from Mr. Ken Miller about this weekend. I stopped by for I think I swung by on Saturday night and saw that
Yeah.
there was definitely some situations that could lead to this is going to be a long weekend for Mr. Jan. So how'd it go, man?
Absolutely. It was good. First off, let me tell you this. You know, guys, I don't stay out late. I don't go
Mhm.
anywhere. I'm pretty much go to work, go home. Well, Mr. Carlos Mencia, if you don't know, he will go on for 2.5 to 3 hours, no exaggeration. And that's two shows on Saturday night. So you don't get home. Like you just stay over. You spend the night. It's a sleepover because you're not going to go home, basically. So he performs all night, and then when he's done performing, a little known fact, he likes to sing karaoke. Now he doesn't want to go to a karaoke bar. He's like, no, no, no. We're just gonna stay here, keep all the staff working at the improv, and we're gonna sing karaoke for about 2 hours. Cool, Krista? Krista's crying, but yeah, okay, cool. So he starts singing karaoke. Not only does he sing karaoke, he makes everybody that's still there sing karaoke. He's like,
Mhm.
James, you're gonna sing a song. Come on, man, get up here and sing. So we stayed there for a couple hours singing karaoke, which was
Mhm.
ridiculous. And then by that time, because it's tomorrow, he's
Mhm.
hungry, so he wants to go eat. So he's like, James, let's go to Waffle House. Where's the Waffle House? So then we go to Waffle House. Okay,
Mhm.
good time. We ate good. He took care of us. But fellas, I got home to Michelle Yan at 6 o'clock in the morning.
And you're not
Walked in.
divorced? You're not divorced
No,
right now?
no,
Where
Miguel.
are you staying right now?
Well, I'm in a steakhouse, so she can't get me. Here's my
Mhm.
saving grace. Carlos gave me some great advice. He's like, "Yo, is that your wife calling?" I'm like,
Mhm.
"Yeah." He goes, "Do me a favor. Take a picture of me holding the Waffle House menu." I'm like,
Mhm.
"Okay, cool." So I did. Goes, "Now send it to her and tell her that Carlos is taking me out to eat." And I did, and I sent it to her because she was like, "Where you at?" And I'm like, "With Carlos
Mhm.
eating waffles." She's like, "Okay, I'll allow it." Now I'm okay.
I'll
Well,
allow it.
dude,
I'll allow it.
I'm glad you survived it. I know I was just there Saturday, and with the amount of
Yeah.
drinking and karaoke and going on, I'm like, this. I got home at 3, and I wasn't even part of the show. You know,
Amen.
uh, but hey, joining us in studio, I thought he was going to miss this segment, but I see he just popped in. We got the Godfather of Orlando comedy, Mr. Ken Miller. Ken, how's it going, brother?
What's up, man?
Why you late?
Man, I ain't gonna tell y'all. Y'all gonna make fun of me, man.
Yeah, but we're gonna make fun whether you tell us or not. So
I
go
was
ahead.
I
True.
was mall walking, man.
You were
You were
what?
mall walking?
You were
So I,
mall walking?
so I went to go do my walk, and it started raining. So I went to the mall and I walked the
Mhm.
mall. And then when it started raining, I actually did my walk today, so I was able to get my 5 miles in.
You
And
don't
then
you don't do you don't do that get early to the mall with all the geriatrics
Nah, he
and
doesn't
just
like
walk
getting
around
bullied
it?
by that guy
yeah,
Ed
yeah,
that's
yeah,
always bragging about
Yeah.
his new knees.
That
I'm
damn
half
Merv.
cyborg, young guy.
yeah,
On your
man.
left. On
Well,
your left.
On your
we got
left.
hey, speaking of old people, guys, we got some celebrity birthdays, a lot of celebrity birthdays for September 16th. So we're gonna do something different. I'm gonna go ahead, name the celebrity, then give you a chance to guess how old they are. Because tell you the truth, when I was seeing some of these ages, I was like, man, they're old, which made me realize that means I'm old.
Yeah.
So here we go. We'll just stop real quick. Mr. Nick Jonas from the Jonas Brothers. James, how old do you think Nick Jonas is?
24.
Not bad. Miguel, what you got?
What?
27.
Okay, Ken, you're up.
He got to be in his 30s. I say 30 years old.
That's what I thought too. But Miguel, right on the head, 27 years old.
For
Who knew
real?
Miguel was
Yeah,
such
he
a
young.
Nick
They
Jonas
young,
fan?
bro.
Listen, as the
Yeah.
treasurer of the Joe Bro fan club, it's important that I keep
Wow.
up with these things.
All right,
Yeah,
next up,
seriously, I expected him. I swear the kid was like 30 years old.
But now,
Bro.
hold
dude.
up,
He
I'm gonna
was
ask.
he was in that series, The Kingdom, that I told you guys about. Kingdom
Yeah.
of MMA fighting, and he did a great job, man. That is a
Is-
great series if you haven't seen it.
Which Jonas? Because I know Nick Jonas is the Jonas. He's the Jonas. Now,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what's the other two Jonas brothers' names though?
I don't know, but how big an alpha
don't-
do you
I
have
don't
to
know.
be that you get in a group with two other guys and we're gonna be the Jonas Brothers? My name's not even. We're gonna be the Jonas
Yeah.
Brothers. All right, all right,
I-
fine, Nick,
That chains, but that
diabetic,
chains
crazy
always
mother.
break me.
Yeah. All
They
right,
don't even have real names.
next up,
They're just
very
Nick's
very
brother.
funny, very funny lady, Amy Poehler. Amy Poehler. How old do you guys think Amy Poehler
Amy
is?
Poehler's 51.
Yeah,
No.
she in her 50s. I'm gonna go with 52.
I was gonna go 49.
Not bad, James. You're closest. 48.
48?
Yeah.
But still, I don't
Yeah.
look at her and see 48. You know,
And I've always had a weird Amy Poehler. Like I would
Yeah.
definitely.
because it works
Definitely.
both ways. When
Yeah.
girls are like, "I like a guy with a sense of humor," it's like, "Woman, what you think I like? I don't like no
Yeah.
serious girl all the time. You can be great looking, but if you don't make me laugh, well, you can probably come to my shows because that means I'm funnier than you. But other than
Yeah.
that, don't come.
Kristen Wiig and Amy Poehler definitely were two of my SNL girls.
Yeah.
Can't wait
Okay,
to see her
Mark,
in
Mark
Wonder Woman.
Anthony. Mark Anthony. What you guys got?
107 years old. and
Yeah,
still
Mark
beautiful.
Yeah,
Anthony
I was
got
gonna
it.
say
Mark
that.
Anthony got to be in his 60s, bro. I say 65.
Mark
Really?
Anthony was
he
actually
look old, bro.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
paintings of Aztec.
Didn't he
temples.
lose his?
You
He
know?
lost J-Lo to A-Rod, right?
He lost.
There's like that
Yeah.
picture of
You know?
him and A-Rod like hanging out with J-Lo.
Yeah.
And it's like, back when you were friends. But
Yeah.
okay,
I
so you
wanna
guys
say
are
he's-
thinking, go ahead.
I'll say 47.
I'm gonna say 52.
What you got, Ken?
I think he like 60, bro. He look
Ah.
old. He just look bad. to
Miguel
me.
gets that one too. 51 years old.
51
51
years
years
old.
old.
I need
Yeah.
to know.
All right.
when-
Here's one for you. I think this guy is the original Jeffrey Epstein, David Copperfield. David Copperfield, the magician. Because you got to remember, he was flying women out to a private island long before it was cool to fly people out to a
But he was
private
flying
island.
women.
He was flying women.
Not
But do you know,
kids.
in one of the court cases, when the woman was like, I went out there and he took advantage of me, the judge is like, you flew to a private island with David Copperfield. My hands are kind of tied here. You know?
Got him.
Yeah.
So was her.
It was basically it was a Mike Tyson defense. So you get back to his
Yeah.
hotel room at 3:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, the island's in international waters, and he's a magician. You're lucky you didn't disappear.
I
So,
bet you his opening statement, he just threw coins that turned into doves, and they're like, "This guy,
I know he did anything bad.
free.
not guilty."
Wait a minute. Free passes to Vegas for all the jurors? Yeah, we're coming.
He made
So
the
how-
jury disappear.
How old do you guys think he is? David
Copperfield,
Master illusionist.
65 years old.
I'll go 62.
I go
Mhm.
60.
All right, James John again, 63 years old. David
63
Copperfield,
years old.
63. Dude, I think this was the lead into my emo phase in high school. I think I listened to this guy first and then went straight to Dashboard Confessional like 5 years later. Richard Marx. Richard Marx. Dude, Richard Marx put out some ballads, man.
I don't
Richard
know
Marx put out some
give me a
music.
song. I can't.
Right here waiting for you. Like wherever you go, whatever
Okay,
you
all
do,
right.
I will be right here.
Oh, yeah, that's the jam, bro.
for you.
Yeah. What you got? What you got?
I mean, if he was big in the 80s, he had to be in his 20s.
This
so
was 90s, man. This was
this
like
was 90s.
early
Okay,
90s.
I say 63.
I'm
Damn,
gonna
you
go
went high.
65.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go 60.
James again, 56,
Yeah.
man. 56.
Man,
Wow.
check James Googling, bro.
Okay. Here's one. This guy made the list of celebrities, and tell you the truth, dude, it was so nice to check out celebrity birthdays today and not see TikTok stars. You know,
Yeah,
TikTok,
yeah.
YouTube. Flo Rida. How old
Flo
is
Rida.
Flo Rida, gentlemen?
Flo Rida is 41 years old.
I see Ken on the screen opening.
He's
stuff.
Googling. Yeah, look at
I look
Ken
at it,
Googling.
no,
like a MS.
The reason because as we're doing this, I'm also doing mine, getting mine ready at the same time. You sure Flo Rida not the 17th? Because I got him on the 17th.
They got him on me at 16th, so maybe he's born on the cusp.
Midnight, baby.
What you got? What you got?
His head crowned.
And don't be
on the
doing
sixth-
don't be doing your work during my segment. You save your work.
Yo, I'm multitasking. He can't be that old because he just recently
41.
got popping. So I'm gonna say like 35.
Okay, what you got, James?
I'm gonna say he's about 40.
Bam, right on the nose.
Yeah.
40 years old.
Yeah, he's not that
40 years old.
young.
Yeah, my
know what- you know
birthday
what-
is Thursday, bro.
No, I got him for
17th.
We got to check what sites we're checking then.
I'm on Google. I'm looking at it right now. September
Man,
17th,
you can't believe everything you read.
1979.
All right.
Man, hey, first
And
of all,
here's-
look it up on Bing.
Here's the big one. Here's the big one right here. One of my favorite actors, and yet when you ask people what he's been in, they can maybe list one movie. Mickey Rourke. Mickey
Man,
Rourke.
the
How old do you
Rock.
guys
Nine
think
and
Mickey
a
Rourke
half
is?
weeks, man.
Half weeks, baby. Yeah. He
How
has
old do
to
you
be
think Mickey Rourke is?
67.
Mickey Rourke. I'm gonna say Mickey Rourke is 68. I'm gonna go one up on James. 68.
I
I'm
think
gonna go
67.
I'm gonna go hard 70, bro.
Yeah. After Ken said he's already got celebrity birthday pages opened up. All right, cool, man. No, actually, James John again, right on the nose, 67 years old, man. 67, but all that work he's done made him look even weirder and older.
The wrestler.
Yeah.
Best
The wrestler.
one of the best
Expendables.
movies out there, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't
Expendables.
it
Harley
Expendables?
Davidson and the Marlboro Man,
Yep.
right?
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Yes, sir.
Do you know he actually gave up? He started out as a boxer. He had like a little bit of a junior boxing
that.
thing. Gave up acting to go back to boxing from like 91 to 94. And then his last bout was in 2014. So he keeps coming back to fighting. Funny little story about him, dude. I guess him and Tupac were filming a movie Bullet back in like 96.
I saw that. Yeah.
They became
And
homeboys.
apparently while they were filming it, they were sharing a hotel room at the Plaza Hotel. And I guess they did like some damage to the hotel, which mind this is 1996. Why are Tupac and Mickey Rourke sharing a
In a
hotel
room.
while they film a big
That
budget?
budget must have
It's
been
because
terrible.
they sent the hookers down the hallway. They were like, let's just get a room together.
Well, the way Mickey says it is Tupac took the bedroom and he took the couch. So maybe they were acting like comedians, like, guys, they gave us a budget for 2 rooms, but we can make an extra 150 if we bunk up
Hey.
tonight. But the funny thing is, I guess they did like $6,000 worth of damage. So Donald Trump sued Tupac and Mickey Rourke and
Just
for
another reason
28
not to vote
grand.
for him.
So this is where it went on that. Mickey Rourke got all pissed off. He's like, look, I'll admit I did 6 to 8 grand worth of damage, but 28 is ridiculous. So Trump took out like a whole spread writing about how disrespectful Mickey Rourke and Tupac were and everything else. And Mickey Rourke automatically came back with, this has been going on since 1996. If I ever see you in person, I'm going to knock you the F out. So this is still going on today. Mickey Rourke is just like, it's not even about him being president. He spoke bad of me and Tupac. If we cross paths, I'm going to knock him out. And this is,
That'd be awesome.
Mickey Rourke will do it.
Yeah.
You know he will, dude.
Yeah, dude,
And Secret
crazy.
Service probably wouldn't even shoot him. They're probably like, hey, whatever.
So it's just like one more reason to like Mickey Rourke, you know,
Yeah,
for me.
Mhm.
So
You know, Mickey Rourke was in a movie with Mark Anthony. You guys know what movie Mickey Rourke and Mark Anthony were in
Yep,
together?
I do. Man on Fire.
Man on Fire. Yep, Mickey Rourke
Yep.
was the lawyer. Mark Anthony was the dad.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Man on
The
Fire?
Denzel movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dakota Fanning, Daniel,
Wow.
Christopher Walken.
yeah.
That's a great movie.
I always get Man on Fire and Out of Time mixed up. They seem like the same movie.
Out of Time's good with Johnny Depp. No,
Yeah.
that's Nick of Time.
Yeah.
No.
Out of Time
Maybe-
is Denzel and I think
I don't-
Yeah,
Eva
Bill
Mendes.
Denzel. It's like the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's Eva Mendes, right? Oh no, it's Sanaa Lathan.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll look it up during break.
Yeah, I
Or
think it's-
Ken's
Ken's,
already looking it up.
Ken's, you're preparing for your show while you're
Yeah.
Googling everything.
No, I
anyways.
stopped, man. I stopped
Nah,
preparing,
it's
yo.
cool, man.
I
Hey
stopped.
guys, when we get back, I'm going to be talking about something that hits close to home for me, kind of crappy cars and car problems, because I got nailed with a huge bill today. So I kind of want to hear if you guys have the same pain and luck with cars as I do, so I can feel a bit better, if not, in the bank in my life in general. So we'll be right here. You're listening to Real Laughs 104.1. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You're still listening to Real Laughs. I'm Mike Hurley, joined in studio with James John, Miguel Colon Jr., and of course, Ken Miller. Now, guys, before we get too far, huge holiday today. Like, I can't believe nobody is like, I haven't seen it on Facebook. I haven't seen it on Twitter, Instagram. How can we pass this up? It is Worldwide Play-Doh Day. guys. Worldwide
Okay.
Play-Doh Day.
Deliciously salty Play-Doh.
It started in 2006 as a way to celebrate their 50th anniversary, and it's just kind of carried on. And I gotta tell you, man, I had Play-Doh when I was a kid. That was like one of my favorite things. There was nothing better than when your mom would break out, like she's had it in the cupboard for like months, but didn't want you to use it till you went through all the other stuff. And you open up a can or one of those little plastic canisters of Play-Doh, and that smell hits you, and you're like, I'm gonna make some stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Open it up.
doing today. So,
That's the stuff.
Yeah.
and I also in nursery school, I guess I was in the poor school system in Manchester, Connecticut, because before you could play with Play-Doh, they'd be like, we don't have Play-Doh. What we have is glue and bread and food coloring, and we're going to
Make
spend
your
the
own.
first half making your own,
Play-Doh,
which was never as good as real
It dried
Play-Doh.
instantly.
It's
dried
never as
instantly.
good. Yeah.
And it
So-
didn't taste good either.
How about you, Miguel? You a Play-Doh kid when you were
Oh
growing up?
yeah. Do you know what I used to spend a lot of time doing too? Sitting there with my Play-Doh, and actually I remember with like an X-Acto knife for models or something. Because when you were younger, we were all allowed to play with knives for something if we need to fix something, and trying to remove like the other color from your Play-Doh. Like you mix the blue and the yellow, and I would just sit there like cutting out, like all right, I messed up, and all this yellow Play-Doh's covered in blue now. Let me get it all out.
If you had siblings, man, the
Yeah.
worst thing you would do is when you were trying to build something, you'd see them take the piece of color you need, squish it with another piece, and start rolling it into like a worm. You're like, that's never gonna come out.
Son of a bitch.
I would spend like a Saturday morning, like, let me get the Play-Doh a little wet, stick the X-Acto knife, and try to fix this Play-Doh. Now I won't even paint anything in my house when it's raining. I'm like, I don't want to do this. But I would spend mornings repairing Play-Doh.
What about
But
you,
Play-Doh,
James? Play-Doh guy?
Play-Doh. The nursery I went to had Play-Doh because Play-Doh was one of those toys or one of those things. For some reason, if you wasn't a kid that had money, we just didn't have it. Like I would ask my mama for Play-Doh. She's like, "You could have some." Hell no, because we didn't have Play-Doh. It's just expensive. And if I had Play-Doh, it was one canister, it was one color. I didn't have multiple
color,
ones.
bro, that's it.
One color. That's
Never
it.
the multi-pack.
This dude had one
man.
good
Your mom
red.
would buy the multi-pack, give you blue for your birthday, green for Christmas.
And I never
feeling
was one of those
bougie
kids.
now. I'm like, I had
Right?
colors, boys.
Yeah.
I was never one of those kids that had the little play set. No, the play set you could smush it and make like
Nobody
spaghetti.
had that. That was just on
bro.
TV.
Let me stop you right there. I had the McDonald's playset, which I look back now. I realized number one, that Play-Doh food tastes better than what McDonald's actually tastes like.
Yeah.
And number two, this was the confidence my parents had in me. They gave my brother like a cash register to play with and learn how to count and do exchanges and stuff. They gave me a McDonald's Play-Doh set because they're like, might as well train for the future now.
And I can imagine your uncles were also like, okay, let me teach you how to short the register too.
Yeah.
How about you, Ken? You get on with the Play-Doh?
Nah, I wasn't a big of a fan of it. If we had it in school, I knew how to do the snake. I know how to make a snake. That was it. But I wasn't a big Play-Doh person.
You have the same Play-Doh skills as the crappiest alehouse balloon artist. You're like, hey guys, how you doing, kids? My name's Tony, the balloon guy. Anyone want a snake?
You want a snake or an eel or
You want a snake or a pole? What do you like? Snake
They're
or
like,
a
yo,
pole?
why the balloon guy smell like Hennessy? Is this the ale house, you little bastard?
Because his parents never gave him Play-Doh when he was growing
What do
up.
you think, yo?
That's rough. So if you weren't playing with Play-Doh,
My
Is
kids,
it
though,
not
my
Play-Doh?
kids love Play-Doh. My kids
Yeah.
love Play-Doh. Like, we got them Play-Doh every year when they were younger. I know this because I would walk in their room and step on it.
It's a cool. The thing about Play-Doh is cool is like they're not being lazy playing. They're like engaging in stuff. Cause I remember making like a Play-Doh gun. All it was a L, and I'm like, got my gun.
Y'all don't want it with me.
Yeah, and it fall over.
It's clean. I gotta put a Viagra in it to keep the gun up.
that old Looney Tunes gun. You're like, dang, and it just loop over you.
God forbid you left the lid of your Play-Doh open, and now you got a brick of raw cocaine that you got to cut with a razor blade.
Gotta cut.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, what you cut your Play-Doh with, son? What you cut your Play-Doh with?
Slap it with a little quinine.
Hey, you know how Bugs Bunny do the muscle and it fall? That's your gun, B.
Yeah. It look like Gonzo's nose.
I like that.
It's the Gonzo, B.
Miguel's over there getting bricks of real Play-Doh, taking it home, cutting it with cookie dough, going to school, stepping on it. How come it smells like chocolate chip? Mind you, that came right off the shelf.
I'm like, listen, man, my Play-Doh's so raw, I could do a little magic and take 2 cans and make it into 3.
I can give it to you straight. If I give it to you straight, you die. This is Columbia Play-Doh, man. They don't mess around.
Hey, can you imagine, yo? You got that hard Play-Doh, and your brother take the Play-Doh instead of the crack?
Yeah.
I done did the wrong thing, bro. Miguel, stop switching my crack and Play-Doh with each other, bro.
Do you know my homeboy one time posted up and sold sheetrock for about an hour? Little pieces of sheetrock to all these dope fiends so that he can make money for spring break. He wasn't a dope boy, he wasn't a tough dude or anything.
Wow.
He just took. He had about 6 dudes run up on him real quick, and he was selling them sheetrock, and then he ran away. It's like I made like $40. That was my spring break money. And you know the best part?
People out there ODing on drywall.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man.
This is what happens to
You
one
got
fiend.
something there, bro. That might be a real drug.
Hey,
That's that mezzo.
And the best part, you know, one fiend tried to spark it up and was like, "Man, this ain't working." And the old junkie was like, "That's because you don't know what you're doing, son."
Man. You might be right. You might be right, Ken. Man, people today ain't too smart. I could see them doing drywall. It's like when bath salts. There's always that one guy going, "Man, my sister works at Bath and Body Works. I can probably get a backdoor discount on some
Get
stuff.
that discount, bro.
I got that hookup."
Miguel out there selling that mesothelioma, bro.
I'm like, "Hey, man, I got this Chinese drywall. Got you getting sky high, baby. 2 for $5. Brother run away, got garbage."
Well, guys, speaking of making bank, I dropped a bunch of bank today, dude. Yeah, like Friday night, dude. I was driving the Versa around. Temperature gauge came up. I got it home. I popped it open. I saw it was all wet all over the engine, and I'm like, man. Mechanic was closed. The thermostat. That's the first thing you check on something like that. Maybe the thermostat stuck. The thermostat on the Versa, like every car I used to have, you open it up, and a lot of times it was built right on top of the radiator.
That was the best. That was the best.
This thing,
I even know that.
I started going through YouTube. I had to remove half the engine to get to the thermostat. And even the thermostat, the way it was, man, I'm going to lose a bolt on that no matter what. So this is the age I got to now. And this has happened the past couple of years. Like, Miguel, I've known you for a few years. Yeah. Ken, James, you guys have known me since I moved back to Orlando. I will fix a car. I will spend my day off under a hood. Yes. I'll put in water pumps. I'll put in alternators. I'll fix, brake pads, stuff like that. I've got to that age now where I know I'm going to get bent over at the mechanic, and I still go. Because I'm like, I'm taking it to you because it's not worth me being under a car in Florida heat for 3 to 4 hours and the back pain the next day. Yeah. But, dude, I took it in this morning. $1,145
for the thermostat? Car.
No, thermostat. The upper hose had cracked, needed a new radiator because that went, needed the bottom hose. The fluid got on the serpentine belt, and that had a couple of cracks anyways. So they're like, while we're in here, we might as well do the serpentine belt.
I didn't even know what a serpentine belt was.
Oh, man.
I started going to Jiffy Lube. You can get a serpentine belt replaced. I'm like, all right.
Or 4 hours of your afternoon.
So let me tell you, number one, I'm a little disappointed that I'm not young enough anymore to make fixing a car like a hangout day with my friends, because that's how I learned to fix cars, hang out with friends, fixing each other's cars. I'm a little disappointed that I'm not young enough to do that anymore, but I'm actually a little excited that when someone hits me with a $1,200 car repair bill that I need for the family car, I'm like, yeah, go ahead, do it. So it's a different level. It's a different level.
Mike, do you remember, because you come from the service industry, do you remember paying that $1,200 and then being like, I have to work every shift for the next week?
Doubles.
Pushing it to the limit.
Let me tell you, man, service employees, waiters, bartenders are fun, party-going people, but probably the last people that deserve to have cash on them every night when they leave the building. Because what they'll do is, when I worked at Hard Rock, man, we would leave there and we had a deal. Like, if we didn't make over $100, we would just go to the local bar around the corner, cigars, and spend it because it's under $100. If we made over $100, we would go to the local bar and celebrate and spend it. Yeah. So what it was is you hit the 25th of the month and you're like, man, rent is due in 6 days. Double. Eating off the line at work because you can't afford food.
back in the day, I used to work at Disney, and I used to work with a lot of chefs. Man, the chefs were worse than that. They wouldn't even make it to the bar. When you leave Disney, you know that little Hess station?
Oh
You
yeah, I
would
used to
see,
drink over there.
bro. There would be just a huge amount of cars outside that Hess station, and it's all people in Disney uniforms, chef jackets, just
Yep.
drinking. Like, oh
Well,
God,
you
take the
get a
pain away.
Godfather's pizza. You get a
At,
Godfather's
Yep,
pizza for
Godfather's
$5,
Pizza
and then a bunch of tall
at the
boys, and then
Hess
we would go to the
station?
bar.
at that
Yeah, man.
Hess station, bro.
And
At
there's still
Point
It was a
guests that
club.
go to that Hess station.
at,
Yeah.
at Point Orlando,
Yeah.
before you even made it out to the parking lot, there was cigar bar. And if you were a Universal employee, you got happy hour pricing all the time. So they would give you like pint glasses of vodka and crayons, 2 of them for like $6. And you're like, why would
Ooh,
I go home? Why would I
I'm-
go anywhere else
ooh.
right
I
now?
remember the Ale House on OBT used to have, because I used to work at Buca de Beppo right over there at Florida Mall. That was like
Yeah.
one of my first jobs when I moved to Florida. And they would have ladies' nights on Wednesdays. And so you would go with all the servers and the hostesses, and they'd be getting drinks. You'd be pounding their free ladies' night drinks, getting hammered with them, and it would be full of hookers from OBT too, because it was ladies' night. So they drank for ladies' night. It was drinks for $1. That's what it was, drinks for $1.
Dude, I used to work at this little Irish bar in Port St. Lucie called O'Malley's, and we did ladies' night every Wednesday, and we would give them red Solo cups so they could come up and get refills the whole time. And the scummiest thing is we're already there getting the ladies drunk.
Yeah.
But their boyfriends, you would see them sipping out of it's like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
already saving you a ton of money by giving your girl free drinks all night. And you're going to try to drink out of that. And then there'd be some guys that would get really sketchy, and you had to watch for it because the girls would take a drink out of their cup and then go make out with their boyfriend.
And
They were
spit it
doing
in their
they
mouth?
were doing like that baby bird feeding, and I didn't even get involved with that because if your life is so bad, you're taking secondhand shots of alcohol out of that person's mouth. You need a drink.
And you got to watch out, because last night we talked about it. They might drop a turkey breast in that drink.
I hit it with that tryptophan, bro.
Tryptophan, man.
James, last night we were talking about Ken smoking turkeys and asking about
I saw it.
tryptophan.
It looked beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good, bro.
So we were
It was
saying
good.
people that couldn't afford Rohypnol were just dropping pieces of turkey and girls' drinks at the bar.
You get a drink, you got a whole turkey leg sticking out.
Hey guys, we got about 2 minutes here. So just real quick, worst car you ever owned? Worst car you ever owned?
I'll start,
Miguel, what you got?
I'll start. It was the first car I ever owned. It was given to me by my family when my mother moved to Florida and I stayed to finish high school. It was a Plymouth Voyager van. And it had this whole box in the back that we called the life support kit. I kept hoses, batteries, extensions, everything. And sometimes when you were going up a bridge, all the electrical would shut off, but the car would still be driving. And it would take the gravity of going down the bridge for somehow to put the electrical back on. So you'd be going up a big suspension bridge in
Dang.
Charleston, and they're swaying because it's old, and all of a sudden, all pitch black, but the car's driving. And you're like, come on, we got to get over this crest.
That sounds fantastic. James, what you got, brother?
Bro, I used to drive a brown Chrysler Celebrity. Like a
Mhm.
Man, the
1980
celebrity,
one.
yo, yeah.
Oh, God. Bro, we're in Florida, so you know how hot it is. It had no working AC. And I
Yep.
would come home at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sun just beating me down, and nothing I could do but just breathe hot air and fumes into my lungs, man.
Oh,
Worst
man.
car ever, bro. Brown.
What about you, Ken?
A Ford Contour, 1995 Ford Contour, bro. It was it was the prototype too. It was like one of the first ones, and it was the raggediest car, which is crazy because I drove it from Arizona to DC. I made it across the country, but as soon as I got over here, bro, the whole electrical system shut down on it. It was $1,900 to get it fixed, and I traded it in for a Mitsubishi.
I think the first 4 cars I owned didn't have working AC, which in the rest of the country maybe not a big deal, but in Florida, bring a change of clothes wherever you're going. But then I had this 1988 Ford Tempo that the starter went out on it. And the new starter was going to be like $300. I could put it in myself, but at the time, I wasn't in the position to spend $300. Dude, I had the crowbar, so anytime I needed to start the car, anywhere I went,
the solenoid?
I'd have to go in, open the hood, or come from underneath, tap the solenoid while my buddy would turn the key, or I would have to go back turn the key, and that was just it. So like I would plan my life around how many stops I had to make somewhere because I'm like, I don't want to be doing that all day. I'd be that guy leaving the car running at 7-Eleven when I went in. I'm like, please steal it. I have insurance. We're good.
One of these days when we do another show, I want us to all talk about the jank things we've had to do for our cars. Because I've had a car that I had to keep the heater on because it was engine was overheating, but the windows didn't go down. So I was burning.
When the Versa started overheating on Friday, like I came home, put coolant in it. Then Saturday morning, the boys got up and we go for donuts Saturday morning. We go Dunkin' Donuts, go through, pick some up, and it started overheating again. That's when I realized, okay, it wasn't just low coolant. Yeah. I didn't want to freak the kids out, but I was like, hey guys, I got to put the windows down, turn the heater on for a bit. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. And they're in the back just with their head. I'm like, isn't this fun? It's like a really hot roller coaster, right guys? Because I didn't want the kids, because they're kids. They don't understand when you say something's wrong with the car. They think it's about to blow up on you. Me, having crappy cars all my life, it's like, we'll be fine for 3 blocks. We're going to be okay.
We'll be okay. It's like a hot roller coaster, bro.
Hey, guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back on Real Laughs, there's some new products out on the market, and I think you're going to enjoy them. So stay tuned right here, 104.1. Hey, folks, welcome back. You're still listening to Real Laughs. I'm Mike Hurley in studio with James John, Miguel Colon Jr., and Ken Miller. We just got done talking about crappy cars, and yeah, Miguel, I like that. I think we should have an episode where we just talk about the things we've had to do to keep a car moving. I think that could be a full episode. That's like 3 full segments. And you know what? I'm sure there's people out there that could use some of this knowledge, you know, because it's like MacGyver. You don't know what you can do until you have have to, you know?
So that's what I wanted to be when I grew up, bro.
A mechanic or MacGyver?
I wrote a essay on him in the 4th grade, like who you want to be, what you wanted to be when you grew up, and I said MacGyver, bro.
I wanted to be Magnum PI. I still want to be Magnum PI.
Still working on that mustache, yeah.
Your mustache right here. You growing the Magnum on the beard,
I tell you, man, it's actually all ear hair now, just coming down to my whole age.
Yeah, my favorite show was like, my favorite show was the A-Team, and when you realize MacGyver was the A-Team with, you know, just one dude instead of 4, you were like,
no guns, without guns,
Which when you get older and you realize, you're like, yeah, they had guns, but they never killed anyone. Not a single person ever died for all those explosions.
I'm trying to remember the show. What was MacGyver again? Was he a detective? I don't even remember.
He was like a former operative for the CIA who stepped away from it, but they would still come back to bring him back, you know?
Right. I'm gonna see if I can. Is it on Netflix? I'm gonna see where it is. I'm gonna go back and watch it. Yeah.
Dude, it was on Pluto one week. You know, it just changes what's on Pluto. It was MacGyver all on Pluto, and I saw an episode. I guess early episodes of MacGyver. He did stuff with guns, but didn't use guns. Like he would take the bullet and put it in a tube. He took the bullet
take
and
the
put
powder
it in a
out
tube.
to blow a lock. Yeah,
and I'm like, why didn't you just shoot it with the gun?
What was I watching? I was watching Red the other day.
Yeah, and those are good, man.
Where he put the bullets in the pot, in the pan and start cooking. I was like, just shoot them.
Just shoot them.
No, but this works like a timer right here. It allows me to be over here as a diversion.
Or just wait by the doorway with a gun and shoot them.
Well, guys, this came across my feed today. There's a couple new products in the market pretty soon. One's actually available right now. Let me ask you, James. You're kind of our resident food guy. What are the rules? What are the rules with wine? What are the rules with wine? Like, what goes well with beef? Which color?
Red.
Okay, and with chicken or fish?
You usually go with a white wine with poultry or fish.
And tacos. What wine goes well with tacos?
Mad Dog 2020.
Well, you said wine go with tacos, bro?
James, I would have to disagree with you right there because Taco Bell Canada has actually launched their own wine called Jalapeno Noir. It's a wine that they have released to go specifically with their new toasted cheesy chalupa. Now it has notes of wild strawberry, cherry, and beetroot. You can only get it. You can only get it in Canada right now. You can go on the Taco Bell Canada website and purchase it. It's $25 Canadian or $19 US. Now, just let's throw it out there. It's a legitimate bottle of wine that they have made at a vineyard in Ontario. Too bougie for Taco Bell?
No, I would say this. I've actually had a tequila that was a jalapeno tequila. Delicious.
But I was honestly, you lost me at beet juice, bro.
There's no jalapeno in this.
Oh, I thought it was called jalapeno.
It
has
is.
it in
It's
the
called
name.
jalapeno noir.
But there's no notes of it in there. No notes
No.
jalapeno or anything like that.
As far
Is it a
as
red or?
It's
a
Pinot
red.
Noir,
Red?
so it's a red. Yeah.
It's a red.
Yeah.
I like
I would try
Taco
it.
Bell with a New World wine.
Yeah.
So
Ugh,
you know,
ugh.
Here's
Just
my
the
deal.
ingredients gross me.
Dude.
I don't like wine at period. I'm not a big wine drinker either. But
I've already gone to the
ingredients
website
gross me
trying
out.
to buy myself a bottle because it's crazy what people do when things like this come out.
yeah.
Like
give it 2 months
what
and
were
it's
those?
out.
What were those packets at McDonald's? Like, was it
The
the
Szechuan sauce.
Rick and Morty?
The Szechuan sauce.
Selling
Yeah.
those $600 a packet
Yeah.
on eBay and stuff, man. I'm like, I'll get a bottle of this because there's someone
And
dumb enough.
somebody, Shaw Smith will buy it. He
Yeah.
loves Taco Bell,
Wow.
bro.
Does he really?
loves Taco Bell. Oh, dude, if he ever gets married, they're catering his wedding.
Why do people love Taco Bell?
I
Taco
don't
Bell.
know.
Here's the thing. I've said it before. I don't go to Taco Bell in the daytime. Taco Bell's
No,
when
no.
things are open, Taco Bell's not an option. Taco Bell is like
It should be
hiring
called.
Yugoslavian
It should be called
mercenaries.
last resort. That's what it should be
Taco
called,
Bell.
right?
Taco Bell's
Resort, bro.
open at 4 a.m. because that's when I'm like, okay, we
Yep.
can do business.
Last resort.
You know,
You're
I know
right.
I'm gonna
Laughing,
poop myself
dude.
in an
I
hour
saw
anyway.
just I know we're getting off subject, but because you got to think talking about tacos, I saw a meme today that says for everybody that's over the age of 30, have you ever seen your grandmother make a taco before?
My grandmother make a taco?
Yeah. Have anybody over the age of 30, have you ever seen your grandparents make tacos before? And I had to really think about it. And I was like,
No.
I've never seen my grandparents make tacos when I was a
Because
kid.
tacos didn't become popular to people who weren't Mexican or Latino until the 90s. You know what I'm saying, man?
I was like, I
I-
had to really think. I was like, yo, I don't even think I've ever seen my mama make tacos.
My mom would do tacos. Like, she would get the shells and the beef and, like, especially like, hey, it's your birthday. Do you guys want to do tacos for your birthday? And we all get excited. But my grandmother, like Miguel was saying, my grandmother, Sicilian woman, we'd be over there every Sunday for dinner. Yeah,
Make
she's
that-
not making
make that-
tacos.
Make that
She's not
real
putting out
sauce,
tacos.
bruh.
Well,
Yeah.
the gravy,
Make that
yo,
real
you gotta
sauce,
start
B.
you gotta start the gravy 4 hours before you're gonna serve it at least.
Son,
I grew up around Italians, man. Like when I love when people try to. There's a lot of people I run into that are like, you know, my grandfather was Italian. I'm like, every single person in my neighborhood, in the neighborhood my grandfather lived, was Jewish, Italian, or Puerto Rican. I was like, and if they were Jewish, they're Polish Jewish. But I remember my aunt Esther. My aunt Esther married Italian Joe. My aunt Esther became Italian too. Now she's a Staten Island Italian. This is a Puerto Rican woman who is 100% Staten Island Italian. Sounds like Karen from Goodfellas if you hear her talk. You know, like this. But my aunt Esther, then when they make like that Sunday gravy, it is everything begins with it. They start making all the braciole and all the meats and everything, then the sauce, and all day you're just snacking on stuff, waiting for this sauce.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something. I made some spaghetti one time, and I used a jar. My ex-wife, you know,
Oh
who's
yeah,
black
she's
and
Italian.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you something. Her mama said, "Don't you ever bring this spaghetti sauce over here ever again. We don't eat spaghetti
No,
sauce
they
out of
don't.
a jar." I was like, "Well, I'm not Italian. I'm not spending 4 hours boiling no damn tomatoes and all that. I don't got time for all that." When
So,
I just
Ken,
like,
I actually, what do you think? This gonna make? I actually got a picture here. This
Taco
gonna make
Bell
for
wine?
yeah. That's gonna make a good date night for you and the
If
lady
they
right
sell it
there.
at 4
Just
o'clock in the morning, I'm
just
like,
look at that,
a nice
dog.
bottle of
That's sexy
jalapeno.
right there.
That is a sexy looking bottle. It's got
the
the
bottle
little
looks
Taco Bell
like a
logo.
Mark West bottle to me or something, man.
Yeah. Just a little chalupa, a glass of red. You look into each other's eyes.
Jalapeno black, baby.
Say,
I
excuse
would
me,
take my
baby.
chalupa. Take my chalupa and just, you know.
She's gonna be like,
margarita salt.
Yeah.
Margarita salt around.
let me slip into something more comfortable. You're like, let me get in that bathroom first. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna make it sexier though. Just a turkey drumstick in there.
A turkey drumstick.
Just get it right.
Yo, this dude said, "Let me slip into something more comfortable." No, I got to use that bathroom first. Yo, you can't have sex at the Taco Bell meal, bro.
Yes, you can. You just got a time limit on it. You got a time limit.
No, you can't, bro. If you have a chalupa and what is the wine called?
Jalapeno.
Noir.
I'm calling it black. I ain't saying noir. Jalapeno black, baby.
Yeah.
You can't have sex out the jalapeno black.
How come jalapeno black sound like a young Atlanta rapper?
Son,
It does. Yo.
Jalapeno black.
Taco, red wine. What wine? You know?
Definitely a mumble rapper, though.
This dude
Definitely a
said,
mumble rapper.
I got to get to that bathroom first, son. That got my face hurting, bro. Now I'll try it though. I'm gonna try it.
Here's another something that's just coming out. This is the Pepsi company is actually releasing this product now. Ken, I know this hits with you because I'm going through the same thing. Ever since the pandemic, doctors and dentists are saying that the number of people with insomnia cases have gone up greatly. Like I know my sleep schedule is way out of whack right now, and also. The dentists are saying a lot more people are complaining of cracked teeth. I guess just the stress and everything.
Grinded them?
I guess, man. So Pepsi company actually put together a lot of brains, and they came together with they're releasing this in December. They came out with a beverage. Energy drinks are pumped right now. You got Monster, you got Red Bull, of course, you got all the other stuff out there. They're going the other direction. Pepsi is putting out a beverage that they're marketing as a sleep aid, and it's called Driftwell.
It's just full of ground turkey.
They're calling it an enhanced water beverage with 200 milligrams of L-theanine, which I guess is the active ingredient in green teas, black teas, and some mushroom.
Yeah.
I call
and it also has like 10% of your daily magnesium. Dude,
which by the way does not work. I take magnesium at night. It does not. Magnesium does work. Yeah.
Why don't you just get Benadryl?
Well, Ken's the king of Benadryl, man.
Yeah.
That's how he raised his kids on Benadryl.
Yeah, I was looking up something else called Neuro. It's another drink that's out right now.
Mm-hmm.
They have sleep, energy, wellness. It's a drink, but it's the same. They all have the same products. Well, they all have some lavender in it. They all have some melatonin in it. They all have the same product.
This one only comes in one flavor, blackberry lavender. But there are, like you were saying, some of them have a lot of the same ingredients. There's actually some smaller companies coming out with sparkling water, which just has CBD put in it. Which they said there's no scientific proof it does anything, but you put CBD on anything right now, it seems like sales go up on it.
I want a can of Dr. Morphine.
God,
Dr. Morphine to have you yelling medic.
Yeah,
it's called Dr. Drip. Just
I want Paul Wall's purple lean juice,
right?
I'll tell you, I've had sleeping issues for years, and most of it stems from in high school, like being in theater rehearsals. You were just up late anyways, and then I got into hospitality outside, and you know how it is doing hospitality, man. You close the restaurant at 2 or the bar at 2, you clean till 3, and now that's your afternoon. You're
wide awake.
And you don't have to be work till 4, so you don't mind sleeping during the day. And just years of that will mess up your style. I tried getting on that melatonin, like taking some of those tablets.
Ooh, crazy dreams.
It would make me feel a little like drifty for a while, but then I'd be right back to normal.
Melatonin didn't work for me, Mike. Mm-hmm. Only thing that Benadryl works for me, but I think my body's just so like, look, dog. Yeah. Ambien,
NyQuil gel tabs.
See,
they work. They knock me out, but then I wake up with like leg cramps and stuff.
No, NyQuil gives me night sweats. If I take NyQuil, I'm like, did I just pee in the bed? Like, why am I wet? Like,
it must have been that jalapeno black.
Yeah, jalapeno black, baby. I was drinking jalapeno. I think it's because NyQuil. Because what is it? Sweater cold. What is it? What is the saying?
Feet cold or
feet a cold, sweater, fever, something like that. Yeah. And I think the NyQuil for me, it's like it's trying to get something out, so I will sweat. But Ambien is the only thing that I have ever taken that has really gave me a great night's sleep.
But you have side effects.
Sleepwalking stuff, though, right?
Yeah, when I first started taking it, but once I was into it, I wouldn't take the whole pill. It's 5 milligrams. I just take half of it. Half of it was enough to put me out.
I'd ask James what he uses, but man, he's like, it's 9 o'clock. It's my bedtime. James is always good about just like, if he's home, he's like, I'm going to sleep. I'm done.
Sleep.
Do you have
sleep like a baby?
Is it just a natural waking? Like you've set your clock so that you naturally wake up and naturally go to sleep?
Here's what it's been, because I don't live the typical comedian lifestyle. We stay up all night because I've always had to get up and take my kids to, school, whatnot. And it's been 20 years of that. So my body's just like, all right, we going to bed now and we wake up at this time. So it's just natural for me. Like I do not stay up late.
Well, if you guys at home are having problems sleeping, just listen to any episode of Real Laughs before Ken and I came on. So there you go. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, for real. Listen to Devin talk about the Morlock, yo. You hear Devin talk about the Morlock, your ass would be knocked out.
Hey, guys. That's it for this episode of Real Laughs. Be sure to listen to us on the iHeart app. Also, check out all our sister shows. You got Monsters in the Morning. You got Jim Colbert Show. You got News Junkie. And, of course, we're led in every night by Tom and Dan. On behalf of Miguel Colon Jr., James John, and Ken Miller, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
You dirty mother.